What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And what I want to do today is go through some questions that I get on this channel and some haters. I think that's the funnest part, because it would be one thing just to hit all nice questions, but let's talk about some of the haters that come in and ask these obscure questions or just make nasty comments. With all the content I put out and all the questions that I'm going to answer here, my main goal is to help you and everybody else take back control of your money. And I do that by teaching you how to be the bank. And this is a concept called the infinite banking concepts. It was pioneered by the late R. Nelson Nash in his book, Becoming Your Own Banker. We have just taken what he taught us and expanded on it. So let's dive into question number one. Question number one says, do you need good credit to qualify for a policy? So this particular person is commenting and asking about how she's going to get a policy, and she's asking, do I need good credit? The answer is not really. They will do a soft pull on your credit score, but it isn't like qualifying for a car loan or a credit card. They don't care about that. They just want to make sure that if they give you a policy, you will have the ability to make premium payments into the future. Now, we don't call them premium payments because that sounds bad. We make premium deposits. See, it's all about how you frame things in your mind. Premium deposits instead of premium payments. But for the insurance company, they want to know, are you able and willing to make your payments? And this one I love. I get this all the time. But the person that commented on that question comes in and says, infinite banking is and always has been a scam. I find this one very comical because they're referring to the infinite banking concept, which is not a product, it's a concept, a process of taking back the banking functions in your life. And this person is saying it is and always has been a scam. So let me just frame up and answer that question with an explanation. A scam. So what would be a scam? Someone trying to take money from you in an illegal manner or something like that, right? So let's talk about what the infinite banking concepts are. Very simply, I have money, right? Just like all of you. We save money, we have money. So this is the money that I worked for. It's $5. So when I get this money, one of three different things are gonna happen with this money. I'm either gonna take it and deposit it into a bank, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna spend it on expenses, or I'm going to take it and I'm going to give it as a charitable donation or a charitable gift, right? So those are three things I could do with this money. The infinite banking concept would say this: I'm going to take this $5 and instead of saving it in someone else's bank, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take back control of this money, because when I give it to someone else's bank, I'm giving up control of that money. The bank takes my $5 and lends that money out and makes a spread. I don't want them to make money, I want to make money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this $5 and change where that money goes. I'm going to put it into my own banking system. Again, think like the bank. My own banking system, let's forget about what the machine is, but that allows me to put the money somewhere where I can earn interest on that money on an uninterrupted basis. So I put $5 into an account, I take that $5 out, and then I'm gonna let's use a car example. And I'm gonna take that $5 and I'm gonna pay off a $5 loan that I have out there. Let's just say I owe $5 on a car loan. Now, forget about the numbers, don't get wrapped up in the numbers, it's just the money that I'm referring to. I pay off the car loan. Now, prior to paying off that car loan, I used to make monthly payments for that car loan, including principal and interest. So every single month, I'm going to make a $1 payment back to the place where the money came from, my bank. So remember what happened, draw a circle. I took $5 from my bank and I paid off their bank. I used to give them $1 every single month, which included interest and principal. Now I'm gonna take back control of that $1, and instead of paying their bank, I'm not gonna do that because I don't owe them, I'm gonna pay the dollar back to my bank. So how much money did I make in that transaction? Some of you are thinking you didn't make anything, okay? Some of you might be thinking, well, you made $1 because you used to give that dollar away every single month and you're no longer giving that dollar away, right? And both of them would be wrong. See, I'm not just making the dollar, which includes principal and interest. That's arriving in my account, which I can use every single time I deposit it there. But you see, the original $5 that I started with, never stopped earning interest and dividends. It's compounding uninterrupted. So I'm making the spread between what my $5 is earning and what it costs me to borrow my $5 from my bank, which that's the spread. So I make the spread plus the recaptured dollar. Please explain to me how that's a scam. What part of that could even be a scam? I did nothing other than change where my money went first, and then when I changed where it went first, I just followed a process. The same exact process a traditional bank uses every single day when we deposit money in their bank or when they lend us money from their bank. So that's how I would answer that. But I got to keep going. So although the infinite banking concept is not a scam, this person comes back and says, infinite banking is just a gimmick to sell overpriced whole life insurance to people who don't need it. Whole life is inappropriate for 95 to 99% of the people. Then he goes on to say life insurance is a horrible investment vehicle. I totally agree with that. And he says life insurance is a horrible investment vehicle for growth. So just a terrible gimmick to sell overpriced whole life insurance. All right, let's just say you wanted to do the infinite banking concept. That's fine. Put money in a traditional bank and do the same thing. Pay off your loans, recapture and recycle the payments you're making on those loans back into that bank. How much money did you make? You only made the equivalent of the $1, like I said, the principal and interest you were giving away. You didn't make the spread because the bank account, the second you take money out of your traditional bank account, the bank stops paying you interest and dividends on your money. But when you put your money into the specially designed and engineered whole life and you borrow the money, you're actually not taking your money. You're using the insurance company's money. Yes, they're charging you interest, but the interest they're charging you is less than the interest and dividends they're paying you. So you're making a spread. You see, to this person, how I would answer it is you can't do this with a traditional bank because the bank is holding the control. You see, in this case, when you use the insurance company, you are in control, therefore you get to make the spread. And then to go one step further, where that person said life insurance is a horrible investment vehicle, 100% agree. You see, investment by definition requires some element of risk. A whole life insurance policy is guaranteed, which means there is zero risk, which disqualifies it from even being called an investment. So I think this person needs to really brush up on their knowledge, and I'd be willing to bet one other thing, that person probably selling term insurance with the buy term invest the difference, which I have broken down time and time again to show mathematically that it does not work. And I'll repeat what they said, it does not work 95 to 99% of the time. All right, let's keep moving on. This one is a really good question. It's actually more of a comment. It said, I just saw a video where a lady had bought a whole life insurance policy, and when she went to use the cash value, she found out it takes years to be able to use any of it, contrary to what was sold. Great question or comment. So when I always do these trainings, I talk about a specially designed whole life policy. Keyword, specially designed. We don't sell regular whole life. We don't use regular whole life for the infinite banking concept. We design the whole life contract to work for the infinite banking concept. This person is referring to an off-the-shelf whole life policy that probably their broke-ass brother-in-law or broke-ass sister-in-law sold them during one of the holidays. So there's a huge difference between the specially designed policies and the regular off-the-shelf whole life. And that one big difference would mean a major difference in the amount the agent gets paid, the commission. And this is what the gurus out there are always saying, oh, whole life's just a high commission product. Great. A regular whole life is. And because this more than likely is a regular whole life that this woman's talking about, there would not be any cash value to use in the first year and probably not even in the second year, and very little cash value in the third year. So if that person bought a regular whole life and put 10 grand in year one and 10 grand in year two, they probably have zero cash value to use. But if you went to us and did a specially designed whole life, you would have money available to use immediately in the first 30 days. How much money? Anywhere between 60, in the policy I just did a video on, which is one of mine, it was 93% of the cash value could be used in the first year. So what's the difference between the one where she doesn't have any cash value in the first couple of years and the ones we design? We design them for high early cash value, which results in us receiving a commission reduction of between 60 and 90%. Do you see those similarities? You would have 60 to 90% more cash value immediately in the first 30 days. We would get paid 60 to 90% less in commission. You see, one person has to give, we give, so that another person can get. You have more cash value. This one's a good one. It's one of my favorite because it's easy. Hi, Chris. How do I open an account, and can you provide me with your company's contact information? Piece of cake. In almost anything that you're going to watch, from YouTube to TikTok to Instagram, right in the bio there's going to be a 90-minute video, which we would ask that you watch, because that video explains the infinite banking concept. Once you finish the video, there's a link. Click the link to schedule a call with us, and then we can go over your needs, your goals, and what is the problem that we are solving for you. Because if we can't solve a problem for you, then we're not going to be able to help you. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us. Or you can always go to chrisnaugle.com, and the same thing, the 90-minute video will pop up. Click it, and then schedule a call. All right, carrying on, this next question says, hey, Chris, what can I study to learn how to best use my infinite banking system? Well, that's an easy one. The very first book I would always suggest everybody should read is this one, Becoming Your Own Banker, R. Nelson Nash, the original pioneer. It's a very simple book. It's about 90 pages long, and this will explain the infinite banking concept and give you great things you can use it for. We wrote a book, Mapping Out the Millionaire Mystery, Brent Kessler and I. This would be another good read. This is going to be a little bit more advanced and a little bit more current in terms of how you can apply your infinite banking concept. I love this book. It's a little bit of a harder read, but how privatized banking really works. This one is a great book, and I've got like a little area here highlighted because this one explains how you can use your infinite banking system to literally buy vehicles and then lease them back to your company and get the tax write-offs. And this is another good one, R. Nelson Nash, Building Your Own Warehouse of Wealth. But you know what the best place to go to learn about the infinite banking concept? It's right here. You're on my YouTube channel. I have put hundreds and hundreds of videos on here, and every one of those videos talks about how you can use the infinite banking concept to solve your money problems. I've got 4 books that can really help you learn about the infinite banking concept and how you can apply it. And I'm going to finish with this one. Again, it's kind of a continuation from an earlier question, but I feel you'll get something out of this. This person said, life insurance is a horrible investment vehicle. I covered that earlier. But then it says, it's a horrible investment vehicle for growth. And then it continues, it says, the purpose of life insurance and all insurance is asset protection. That's it. Okay. The primary function of life insurance is exactly what it sounds like. It's insurance to protect your life. In other words, if you die, it's a payment that goes to your beneficiaries, and if you do it correctly, it's tax-free. That would be the basic definition of life insurance. But now, to this person and anyone else that's thinking that's all life insurance is, please explain to me why life insurance companies have created products like whole life insurance, universal life insurance, and then there's pure protection called term insurance. Term insurance is a great life insurance for pure protection, as this person says, and I guarantee you this person sells term insurance. But term insurance has lots of problems. Like number one, less than 2% of all term policies ever get paid out. Why? Well, because you live longer than the term. You see, right in the name of term insurance is a word called term. It's insurance for a term of time. The insurance companies and their great actuaries can tell most of us when we're going to die very accurately. So therefore, when they're underwriting you for a term policy, let's call it a 20-year term, they know that there's less than a 2% chance they're ever going to have to pay out on that policy. So what seemed like the cheapest life insurance you'd ever buy, term, is also the most expensive life insurance you'll ever buy because it will never pay out when you die. Actuarially certain. So then you look at other policies like whole life or universal life, which are built for your entire lifetime. lifetime, meaning it doesn't lapse, it doesn't have a term. You pay into the policy. Yes, you pay more than what you would with term, but it never ends. But then there's a side account. That's called cash value. That cash value builds up over your lifetime and creates a really nice storage of wealth. It can be used for emergency funds, used for the infinite banking concept, used for retirement and supplementing retirement. It can be used for all sorts of things. To finish this question off, I want to ask, if life insurance is just pure protection, please explain to me why all the wealthiest families throughout history have used whole life insurance, not just for the death benefit, but also to use the tax-efficient cash value. Some of those names, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Walt Disney, Ray Kroc, Doris Christopher. You can go right up to the sitting president, the dude. He definitely used this, and McCain used it to fund his political campaigns, and we could go on for days, but please explain to me why none of those folks used pure protection term insurance to fund all of their business ventures, their banking, and their political campaigns. I'll rest my case with that. Hey, if you liked this video, I got a really good one for you right here. It's how to design an infinite banking policy. So you want to watch this one because this is an updated version, and it will show you behind the scenes how each of these policies are built so that you have more and the commissions are less. Oh, and this question really roasts my rubber, and it will roast your rubbers too. Is the infinite banking concept only for rich white conservatives? Well, this person's not racist at all. Well, no, actually, out of the 8,000 clients that we have clients that are black, we have clients that are white, we have clients that are Asian, we have clients that are Indian. I could keep going on and on. We have a very diverse group of clients that are all using the infinite banking concept. I'll tell you who the infinite banking concept is for, and then I'll tell you who it's not for. The infinite banking concept is for people who want to take back control of their money and who want to be their own bank. So whether or not you're white, black, Indian, Asian, green, purple, brown, or human, if you want to take back control of your money, this concept works really good for you. Now here's who it's not for. It's not for the assholes that make comments like this.